If you could retire anywhere in Las Vegas, where would you go? What if I told you the obvious choice is not always the best one? Well, in this video, I'm walking you through my personal picks for retirement in 2025. Now, these aren't just random 55 plus communities. In fact, some of them are not 55 plus communities at all. I'll be breaking down what really sets them apart, from layout to lifestyle to social energy and location perks, and who each one is perfect for, and who should probably look elsewhere. Hi, I'm Micah Bleecher, and I make videos about what it's like to live and retire in Las Vegas. I get to help people find the perfect place to call home, and I truly have a passion for what I do, and we're getting started on this video right now. Now, if it were up to my wife, there's one community that checks nearly every box, and that's likely where we'll end up someday, and I'm going to show you why. And that brings us to talking point number one, and I'm talking about Sun City Anthem. That is my wife's top pick. And for the curious, just what makes Sun City Anthem so special for active adults? What activities and amenities set this community apart? What's the social scene like throughout the day? How does the location benefit daily life? It's the largest 55 plus community in Henderson and the second largest in the Las Vegas Valley. Many of the home layouts are typically larger than most of the 55 plus communities in town. Now, the community features 3 clubhouses, and one of them has an indoor walking trail that's elevated around the lap pools and offers views of the entire valley. There are extensive activity programs, multiple fitness centers, multiple activity centers. In the afternoon, residents gather in the main clubhouse and play cards and socialize and games and do all this watching the sun go down over the entire Las Vegas Valley. That's how the view is from the clubhouse. That's what has my wife drooling about Sun City Anthem. It's really nice that way, and she likes many of the home layouts. Now, the daily afternoon activities include card games, billiards, mahjong, all kinds of activities in the main clubhouse. Now, Sun City Anthem is at a higher elevation than the Strip. It's in the southeast corner of the valley and in Henderson and up against Black Mountain, so it's got some elevation. And that elevation includes Strip Mountain and valley views that are hard to beat. Now, the HOA fees run for single-family homes around $150 or around $200 if you're in the gated Pinnacle section. There's one section in Sun City Anthem that's gated, that's just across the street from the clubhouse. Now, the patio or townhomes that are kind of duplexes, they have a higher HOA fee because all the outside maintenance and services are taken care of. Now, I've seen homes as low as about $400,000 or so in Sun City Anthem. They're smaller and probably need work, and I've seen them as high as about $1.5 million on the golf course, fully remodeled. I see everything in between. There's lots of models with casitas and different options that allow family members to come and stay and visit you in a very easy and convenient way. I love some of the floor plans. I especially, in fact, love some of the casita plans that they have at Sun City Anthem. Now, the layouts in many of these homes makes it so that you don't feel like you're kind of drowning in a shoebox. Some people really like those small homes for retirement. I get a lot of people that really just want 1,200 square feet, but if you are really used to a bigger floor plan, something too small can really make you feel confined. So it's really important to get the correct size, and Sun City Anthem has lots of options for larger sized homes. It's pretty active there, and it's just something that is really appealing every time we go over there and visit. It's got an incredible social aspect, and we live in a neighborhood where there's younger people and they stay up later. We go to bed earlier. You know, we're kind of on different clock schedules, and so it's kind of nice to have everybody getting together and socializing at an early hour. Now, I love people of all ages, but sometimes it's a bit of a disconnect to socialize with younger people. They have just later hours, they stay up later, do different things, and so when you're in a community like this, you're around people that have similar schedules. So who should retire here at Sun City Anthem? Active adults who want abundant social activities, couples or larger families who appreciate larger home layouts, and retirees who value community connection over luxury amenities. And who might want to look elsewhere? People who prefer smaller, intimate communities, or those seeking the most luxurious finishes and amenities that are available. Now, if I'm being completely honest about my personal preference and had to pick a 55 plus community today, and that brings us to talking point number 2, Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas. That is my personal favorite right now. I just love the resort vibe going on out there, and if I didn't have to work all over the city every day, which would be difficult for me, I've known people that have lived out there and done that. So what makes Lake Las Vegas unique amongst Las Vegas retirement communities? How do the Del Webb homes there compare to other builders? What are the drawbacks of this location? Well, Lake Las Vegas is located about 40 minutes or so from the Strip, 35, 40 minutes. minutes, depending on the traffic. Now, Webb, the 55+ community at Lake Las Vegas, is a well-known builder. They're with Pulte Homes, and they are known for their quality construction and interesting layouts. The community, the Webb community itself, features a fitness club, a state-of-the-art fitness club, social activities, a resort pool, lap pool, a spa that overlooks the lake. The amenities feel like they're resort style. And of course, it has all of the social activities that you can imagine from a 55+ neighborhood. There's going to be around 750 homes when completed. And the last time I talked to them, they had about 30 or 40 lots left. And resales are coming up now. So there are a lot of opportunities to get into that community if that is also one of your favorites. Now, the nice thing about Webb is that you also have the option. You can join the sporting club, which is kind of like a country club for fitness, the Lake Las Vegas Sporting Club. That's a whole different level of fitness and activities that are on Lake Las Vegas Boulevard as you come in. And you can also join South Shores Country Club. I've got clients that are moving into Lake Las Vegas, and they are thinking about getting a membership at the private country club. They're not golfers, but they're thinking about having the social membership because it is so nice there. There's all kinds of activities, fitness, tennis. There's a beach and a private marina for the members at the lake. So the South Shores Country Club really is nice. Now, Lake Las Vegas is a little bit more expensive than some of the other Sun City communities, simply because there's, the higher Lake Las Vegas master plan community fee, then there's the Webb fee on top of that. So it brings it up to about $315 or so per month on the HOA fees. And then the ground there is a little bit more expensive because you're in the mountains that look down on a lake. So, purchasing land there for the builder is probably a little bit more money. So the houses are a little bit higher than you'll see in other parts of the city. Now, in addition to the Webb homes, there are incredible retirement opportunities all around the lake, not necessarily in 55+ communities, but I just finished a deal on one of the Blue Heron homes. It's a 3-story home on the lake with elevators, with all 3 floors looking out at the lake. If the 55+ community doesn't necessarily appeal to you, there are a lot of other options at Lake Las Vegas, which is also one of the reasons it's my favorite. I would really, if I could afford it, I would love one of those Blue Heron homes. But of course, it's just a little bit less convenient than other communities in town because it is on that eastern edge, and it does take a little bit longer to get into areas like the Strip, and the airport is probably not too bad from there, but you got to plan for it. I just love the whole lakefront setting at Lake Las Vegas. I like the village. I like that it's not so crowded. And I just can't say enough good things about those Blue Heron designs that are right on the lake. I especially like the ones right by the village. You can walk to the Seasons Grocery. You can walk to all the little restaurants in the village. And it's right in that little shoreline community that's gated, but adjacent from the grocery store there. And it's just walkable, and it's just a nice thing. And many people are probably completely satisfied with the Webb Fitness Center because it's state-of-the-art and beautiful. But if for some reason you'd want to elevate your experience, you have the sporting club, you have the country club, you have additional options around Lake Las Vegas. So it makes the place pretty special. So who should retire here? Well, I would say retirees with maybe slightly bigger budget. It doesn't take much of a bigger budget to get into Lake Las Vegas. It's just a little bit higher than some of the other areas. You can go much higher in one of the big luxury homes behind the gates, or one of the big, Blue Heron homes on the lake. That can be very expensive. It's also good for people who like resort style living, driving around in golf carts, golf enthusiasts, water enthusiasts. You can kayak, paddleboard. There's all kinds of water activities going on. They even have a rowing club on the lake. And it's especially nice for those who prefer a quieter, more isolated community feel, because it is kind of isolated in there between those 2 mountains, and it's just gorgeous. And who might want to look elsewhere? Well, budget-conscious retirees and people who want quick and easy access to Las Vegas entertainment on a frequent basis. What if you want to stay closer to the action on the west side? Well, there's a neighborhood that offers just that. You're kind of close in the middle, easy to get to town, easy to get to the Strip, easy to get to downtown Summerlin, kind of almost right in the middle. We have a place like that. Before we start on our next one, you can see it's kind of getting dark behind me, and it's my backyard behind me. I'm out here shooting in the backyard today. But yeah, this is kind of my luxury, is being able to work and garden in my backyard, and I love that. And that's going to be a tough thing to give up about this house. We bought it, I think, in about 2017. It was a total wreck. Had to remodel it from the ground up, roof everything, flooring, bathrooms, partial remodel on the bathrooms, right? I mean, we really love our little spot. It's got a great little view of the Las Vegas Strip. I can see the city center, Cosmo. I can see Caesar's Palace and the Rio. And it's just a nice little strip view from the back of our house, from all the windows in the back of our house, and we love it here. It's a big yard. It's a half an acre. It's a lot to take care of. We see the time where it's going to be too much. We see the writing on the wall, and we're going to want to downsize. And we talk about this all the time, and we ask ourselves, do we want to stay in Las Vegas? Do we want to go into a 55-plus community? And the answer is, yeah. I mean, we think about all these other places. I hear about them. I see them on YouTube just like you guys do. And we check them out, we look around, and we just keep coming back to Las Vegas. Just has everything that we want, right? And so it might not set up for everyone, but that Las Vegas has what we like. We've been here for going on 24 years now. We love it here, and we can't imagine ourselves living elsewhere. We tried, and we just keep coming back to Las Vegas. So we go through this thing. If you're going through, where should I end up kind of questions, and you're asking yourself that, you should know we go through that all the time ourselves. And we run through the scenarios, we go through the taxes, the weather, the entertainment, what do we like to do, what's our lifestyle, all of these things. Our checklist keeps bringing us back to Las Vegas. That's what happens. So if you're going through a lot of these questions in your mind, just know that a lot of people are going through these same questions, where do I want to end up? I mean, for the moment, we have 2 working offices. We got to have a big house for that. And we have one of the rooms turned into a Pilates studio, and our bodies actually need that to stay fit. And I've got to be fit to do what I do and do it at a high level every day. So yeah, we have these room needs, right? So if we did go to a 55-plus community and I was still working, I would need to have one of the larger homes. But honestly, if I was living somewhere else and the taxes were high and the government was oppressive in terms of, making rules about businesses and pushing people around, like I hear about from California and other places on the West Coast, we'd probably want to move here. I mean, that's what got us here in the first place. The low taxes and the great weather and the entertainment, easy access in and out. Yeah, it used to be cheaper to buy a house here. We've had more demand, but it's still fantastic here. And we have so much to offer. We have more to offer than when we first moved here. And I'm here to help. I provide all the information I'm able to, and all my clients are smart. They make the best choice that's going to be best for them, wherever that is. And that's where I want them to be, is where it's best for them. Because when I call them in a couple months, I want them to be happy. That's my main goal of my job. I want my clients to be happy. And that brings us to talking point number 3, and we're talking about the community of Sienna. What makes Sienna so appealing to retirees? How does the location of Sienna benefit daily life? And what are the luxury options available here? Sienna is located on Billionaires Row, right across from the Summit Club and the Ridges. Now, it's a mix of smaller, mid-size, and larger homes with interesting layouts. Now, a number of the homes here are available for under $500,000, even though they're not probably remodeled at that price. There are many homes in this neighborhood that have golf course and mountain views. It's incredible. It's very close to the highway access. It's very close to downtown Summerlin. It's really all about location in Sienna. Very easy access to Spring Mountain to get into Chinatown. This location really has it all for 55 plus. Now, even though these homes are older, they were built by Sun Colony in the early 2000s, they'll all probably need remodeling. The ones that have been remodeled are absolutely stunning. I'd retire here if I wanted that easy highway access and easy access into the center of the city. Now, I was just recently negotiating one in Sienna under $500,000 on behalf of my clients. Now, it wasn't perfectly remodeled, but it was really nice. It was in great shape, well cared for, and it was right on the edge of the golf course. And from the living room, you could see views of Red Rocks right from inside your house. And so because of the location, the homes tend to be a little bit pricier than some of the other locations. And I don't think I mentioned, it's actually guard gated. So you have to go through a guard gate to get into Sienna, and I know that's very important to some people. So who should retire in Sienna? Someone who has a feel for the Tuscany style, because that's largely what the Sienna neighborhood is all about. For people who feel like location is important, Sienna is one of the best. Who might want to look elsewhere? Well, there's one clubhouse, so somebody that wants more activity than is just in one clubhouse and maybe more abundant activities all around might want to seek another place, maybe like Sun City Anthem, that's known for being so active. People on a little bit tighter of a budget who need a little bit more size for their money might pick a different neighborhood that's not quite as pricey. Well, speaking of luxury, if money truly weren't an object, there's one place that represents the absolute pinnacle of Las Vegas luxury retirement living. And that brings us to talking point number 4, Fairway Hills at the Ridges. Now, I haven't talked too much about that. I have talked about that on my Ridges video, but Fairway Hills is one of the ultimate luxury condominiums in Las Vegas. Now, it's not a 55+ community, but most of the people that I've worked with there are well over 55, so it's a great place for some people to retire. So just what makes Fairway Hills and the Ridges the premium retirement choice? How do the Fairway Hills condos compare to other luxury options? And why would someone choose condo living at this level? The Ridges is one of the most exclusive neighborhoods in Las Vegas. Fairway Hills condos in the Ridges, for one of the smaller units that doesn't have a golf course view, started around $1 million. And that's a 3-bedroom unit right at around 2,000 square feet. Now, the price ranges in general over there can range from about that $1 million price point all the way up to close to $2 million for a special unit on the golf course with a view. They have quite a few different layouts. Some are single-story, some are 2-story layouts that have the garage and a living area on the bottom, stairs going up, and you can take an elevator up to the top floor on the outside and get back into your unit. So it's a funny little setup. Now, all of the exterior maintenance is included as you would expect in a condo. And there's guard-gated access getting into the Ridges, and then of course there's a second gate going into Fairway Hills. Now, Bear's Best Golf Course, the golf course that runs right by Fairway Hills and all throughout the Ridges, was recently purchased, and they're turning it into a private country club. It's no longer going to be a public course. So Fairway Hills is now sitting on one of the fairways at a private country club. And it actually makes a big difference. I don't have a crystal ball, but typically when a condo's on a fairway of a private golf course, it goes up in value a little bit. I do expect it to drive up values in the Ridges all the way around, to be honest with you. If I had the money to buy one of these condos, especially the ones on the golf course with the mountain views, looking at all the luxury homes across the golf course, I mean, that would be a really great place to live. No outside maintenance. I think I would like that. One of the things I really like about this development is that it actually has its own clubhouse and its own fitness center that looks right out on the golf course when you're exercising. There's a pool right on the golf course and also a spa on the golf course. And then there are some additional spas around the community and a couple of spots that are enclosed. So it's just a really nice small community and really feels upscale. In addition to the clubhouse and fitness center that's in Fairway Hills, you're right down the street from Club Ridges. I mean, it's a long walk, but you could take a bike and go to Club Ridges, and there they have the full fitness facility, the full resort pool, lap pools, all kinds of trainers and all kinds of activities going on at Club Ridges, and that continues to improve as well. Honestly, it's the ultimate lock and leave lifestyle. They have their own garages, and one of the units I was working on even had windows that went out to the golf course, so lots of natural light in the garage, an elevator up to the unit, so it was really nice. It was a 2-car garage, very high ceiling, so overhead storage is in play, and it was just an overall very nice experience. Everything is handled for you, the security is top-notch, and it's one of the most prestigious addresses in Las Vegas. Well, who should retire in Fairway Hills at the Ridges? Well, the answer to that is high net worth retirees who want the ultimate in luxury and convenience, and people who want zero maintenance and responsibilities for anything on the outside. Those who might want to look elsewhere, well, budget-conscious retirees. Those who want larger living spaces, or those who prefer the community social activities over private club amenities. And that brings up a good question. If you're wanting this luxury feel, but still want the social programming and community activities that you find at 55+, this next community might be what you're looking for. In fact, the clubhouse at this next community might even be more luxurious than what's currently at the Ridges. And that brings us to talking point number 5, and we're talking about Trilogy in Summerlin, the 55+ community that is sandwiched right between the Ridges and the Summit Club. How do the condos and amenities compare to other options? Just what are the location advantages? This 55+ luxury condo community is located on Billionaires Row. They were built by Shea Homes, and Shea is an award-winning 55+ community builder. They're quality build, and they get awards for their programming for 55+ communities. Now, the vertical condos feature elevators, and some of them have elevated views of the entire Las Vegas Strip. They're just gorgeous. But most of the condos are like attached patio homes on the ground with garages, high-end finishes, kind of square, contemporary feeling to them. Now, the HOA fee here is around $600 or a little bit more, and that is a bit steep for many retirees. But that does include the guard gate and the country club amenities. And because it's a condo situation, there is zero outside maintenance. They handle all the outside maintenance for you. and the homeowners basically just have to get a condominium policy rather than a full homeowners policy. So even though the HOA is higher, you're saving some on insurance, you're saving on paying a lawn service and outside painting, 8 or 10 years or so. A lot of people can do the math and they feel like that $600 is really not that bad when you consider everything together. This community was designed for an easy lock and leave lifestyle. If I wanted condo living and I wanted luxury amenities and I wanted all the 55 plus programming and plus the extra added shea touches to all that 55 plus programming, I might really want to consider retiring in Trilogy at Summerlin. Now the clubhouse is one of the nicest I've seen at any 55 plus community, and honestly, it's about as nice as I've seen at any country club. The resort pool really is resort-like with cabanas. The spa there, the outdoor, the outdoor hot tub spa that has the infinity edge, it overlooks the entire city of Las Vegas from their vantage point on the lawn, and it's just really well done. It just feels high-end all the way around. The clubhouse feels really high-end when you go inside. So if you're not a golfer and you just want social activities and you're not a big drinker, so you don't really care about the bar that they have at country clubs, something like this might be really nice. It's very luxurious, lock and leave, no outside maintenance, and just beautiful all the way around. So who should retire here at Trilogy in Summerlin? Well, retirees who want all the luxury without all the maintenance. Those who value security and amenities, and people who prefer condo or duplex living over single-family homes. Who might want to look elsewhere? Those who want larger living spaces, people who prefer single-story living, or retirees on tighter budgets. And finally, there's one more 55-plus community that I'd really consider because it really offers something unique in terms of location, convenience, and 6 car garages. And that brings us to talking point number 6, friends, Heritage at Stonebridge. The best value, best location. Why might this location and community be the perfect choice for retirees? What are the potential limitations? Heritage at Stonebridge is a guard-gated 55-plus community by Lennar. Now, it's located right in between downtown Summerlin, the Red Rock Casino, and the Red Rock National Conservation Area, the national park where they have 27 hiking trails. Some of them wheelchair accessible, some of them go back 7 hours and back. It's a long hike where you can walk in just a short way and see petroglyphs on the wall drawn by indigenous Las Vegans 3,000 years ago. Now the HOA is over 300 monthly, so it's a little steep, but not too bad. And they do have a state-of-the-art fitness center that looks out over the entire Las Vegas Valley. The views up there are stunning. It's like being on top of the world. Of course, there's a hot tub with city views. They've got lap pools that are heated all year. They've got resort-style pools. They've got, everything that a 55-plus community would have. Pickleball, bocce ball, all of those great things. But you have a very quick access to the 215. So you're one direction on Charleston, you're at the 215, and across the 215, you're at downtown Summerlin, Red Rock Casino. You can take the 215 anywhere. You can take Charleston on down into the city, or you can go right on Charleston, which turns into 160. That takes you to Red Rocks National Conservation Area and all the hiking trails. You can do the 13-mile loop there and come back out on 160, which takes you past by the Spring Mountains, by the city of Blue Diamond, and all the way around to Cactus Jack's store, all the way around on 160. It's a great drive because you drive right between 2 canyons and mountains, and it's just beautiful. It's just a great drive. I used to love taking my convertible there on cool days and just going like crazy. It's a fun drive through that little canyon. Now, it is a smaller community with just between 400 and 500 homes, but some homes are available with what they call RV garages. They'll hold a small RV. It's about a 6-car garage. If you're a car guy, one of these large garage homes might be exactly for you. In a 55-plus community, they're hard to find like that, especially in this great location. I mean, Heritage at Stonebridge offers something that you just can't get anywhere else. Now, the catch is on Heritage at Stonebridge is that it's not a huge neighborhood, between 400 and 500 homes. And so there's never going to be that overflowing active activity, that some people really crave. That said, on the weekends, I see a lot of people playing pickleball and bocce ball, so there is plenty of activity for those who want to do it. It's just not overflowing like a lot of the other 55-plus communities. And in fact, not all of my clients want that overflowing social activity. Some people, a number of people are more introverted, and they don't necessarily want all that social interaction. So who should retire here at Heritage at Stonebridge? Retirees who prioritize location, convenience, outdoor enthusiasts who want easy access to Red Rock Canyon, and those who prefer a smaller community but still want very high quality amenities. So who might want to look elsewhere? Well, like I said, people who want lots of overflowing activity. People who are seeking the largest possible community, this probably is not for them. Or retirees who just don't value the premium location enough to justify the cost. It does come at a little bit of a premium, this great location. So there you have it. If I was retiring in 2025, these are the areas that I'd personally be looking at. They'd be at the top of my list. Happy wife, happy life. We might end up where she wants. And if you're seriously considering retiring here and want help navigating these communities and help figuring out which one matches your check boxes, I would love to show you around in person. I know these neighborhoods inside and out. I study them, talk about them, sell homes there, show people. I mean, it's just what I do. And more importantly, I can help you figure out which one matches your lifestyle and your budget because I listen. My contact information is right below. Give me a call, shoot me a text, and let's find the perfect home in Las Vegas for your retirement. And if you're really looking for retirement here in Las Vegas, don't miss my next video. I break down the brutal reality of what it's really like to retire here. The good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. Click here and let's get into it. I'm Micah Bleecher, and I'm always here to help you find the perfect place to call home. Thanks for watching. I will see you on the next video. Peace out. Love you, friends. Thank you so much for watching.